we should be live by now. So let me know. Let me know how the volume is. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Let me know if the music is balanced well. Yeah, all that stuff. And I'm going to acknowledge a donation we got, but I'll wait till I'm sure we're live. All right, we're live, we're here, we're ready to go. So first of all, something or other, thank you very much for the 20 gifted subs. The Oil Baron, as you are known colloquially. As always, an incredible supporter of the channel. And guys, make sure you have gift subs turned on so you can have a chance to receive future gifts. I'm saying Pinka is late. I'm refunding all donations of all time. Dang, that's gonna be quite the hit to my account. But something or other, I am glad to see that despite the ongoing war in the Middle East, the oil business is still booming. So yeah, anyway, now let's talk about the Pokemon we are building. But yeah, something or other, thank you so much. And so let's talk about some stuff. So there are a couple sets I've considered with Gardevoir. One thing I will say is Trace is really good. Trace is a good... Now, there are some things I should note about Trace. So about Trace. Zapdos Fan 471 with 20 gift memberships. Wow. Thank you so much for the generosity. Zapdos Fan 471. Anything you want to say in chat, I will read it out. Thank you so much. That is incredibly generous. I'm saying you're muted, Pinka. Pinka, we can't hear you. I can hear him fine. I'm super confused. Okay, I'm assuming that's a couple people trolling, and I think everyone should be able to hear me. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Zapdos471. But okay, so let's talk a little bit about Trace. So in most ways, it works exactly like you'd expect. You just get the ability, right? You go into Cinderace, and you get Libero. If you use Mystical Fire, you turn into a fire type, right? Nothing crazy there. Against Kingambit, you do Trace Supreme Overlord, so you get those boosts. Against Dragonite, you do get Multiscale. So if you're at full HP, you can help stop those sweeps. Against Garganacl, you get Purifying Salt, which isn't actually that helpful because it doesn't prevent Salt Cure, so you still take damage from that, and it doesn't heal status. Harry Rhodes 434, thank you very much for the 250 RSD, saying I'm not going to be able to watch live today, so a little donation for luck. Much appreciated. Thank you, and I hope you are able to you're able to enjoy the VOD still. Okay, so so basically mostly Trace works the way you'd expect. You Trace regen, you'll get the healing when you switch out. There are two exceptions. So one, at least in OU, there are many exceptions, but one is Proto, Synthesis, and Cork Drive just don't work. Now, this isn't the biggest deal, but against Sun teams, it's pretty annoying. So if you go in on a Sun team and you trace a Walking Wakes, or, it doesn't work, it just fails, but you theoretically should trace like a Walking Wakes, Photosynthesis, whatever, get a special attack boost. That does not happen. So you can't, Cork Drive and Photosynthesis do not work. So that is one big thing to consider. I'm not actually sure about the interaction with Neutralizing Gas, if you get Neutralizing Gas, or what the deal is with that. Another thing, Dauntless Shield works once. So even though you trace it anew every time, you only get the one Dauntless Shield boost. So that's the other big thing to consider there. Something or other with the 50 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for the generosity. As always, if there's anything you want to say in chat, just let me know. Incredible supporter of the channel. Not sure what else to say. I mean, you're incredible. It's much appreciated. And I'm gonna make sure, every bit of the money I earn from YouTube, not just from donations, but definitely from these donations as well, it's not going to go to anything stupid. So thank you so much. Okay. So yeah, the Dauntless Shield only works once, and someone says no, neutralizing gas goes first. Yeah, it's true. So I guess you wouldn't trace neutralizing gas and pass it on to the next thing. Yeah, I don't think there are really any other notable abilities. So I guess we can make like list of nice traces to get. One I would say is, well, it's like, okay, Alamamola regen. Not really Cinderace Libero. Not really Darkrai Bad Dreams. Let's like focus on the ones that are like really actually helpful. Dragonite Multiscale is kind of, Multiscale is nice for stopping sweeps. I'm off to the D&D trenches. Good luck with the stream. Thank you, something or other. Appreciate it. Have fun at D&D. Goldengo, good as gold. Yeah. That's a nice one. Because you switch in on that, and then you can be like immune to Thunder Wave and Trick and stuff. So that's kind of funny. Just wondering why Scarf instead of Specs. We'll talk about that soon. But first, I want to just kind of talk about this trace stuff. I guess Poison, Heal, Gliscor. Like, if you, against all teams, if you get Gardevoir poisoned, you could actually be like a massive threat, which is super funny. But this Gardevoir is actually good against Stall. Which is sort of interesting. Magic Bounce on Hatterene you'd think would be like great to trace, but it kind of isn't. Flash Fire Heat, not really, honestly. Supreme, Overlord, King Gambit, Intimidate Landorus. Yeah, that's nice. Water Absorb, Ogerpon Wellspring, definitely one. Harry Rhodes 434, welcome to Bugcatcher. Thank you for joining. But yeah, yeah, super hard to keep guard at full health. Yeah, but against hyper offense teams, shorter games, more feasible, right? Yeah, Galarian Regenerator, Glow King Regenerator, Torn Regenerator, Vessel of Ruin from Tinglu isn't going to be that helpful, and then Zamazenta Dauntless Shield. So those are pretty much the ones that are going to be handy. The massive amount of Quark Drive Pokemon and Photosynthesis Pokemon in OU is kind of rough for guard, to be honest. So it's not the best place it's been in the metagame. So yeah, that's the other thing about Gardevoir. Its main role in the past was kind of counter weather, basically, because it can trace Swift Swim and, Chlorophyll, and obviously with the Choice Scarf, plus those abilities, it's outspeeding Banded Scuda in rain, it's outspeeding, because you got that 2x speed, it's outspeeding Venusaur easily. So Scarf Gardevoir is kind of really, really good against weather. And it can still kind of do, like, it can trace Excadrill, so it's not useless in these kinds of situations. Tracing Natural Cure versus Blissey. Yeah, that's true. I just kind of only did the OU ones, I believe. Or is Blissey OU, or did I just miss it? I guess Blissey's OU, and I just totally missed it. Wait, no, where the heck is Blissey? It's RU? Blissey is RU. Oh my gosh. Harry Rhodes 434, thank you very much for the 5 gifted membership. Wow. That is very generous. Thank you so much. Harry Rhodes, you've been going crazy. The donations have been crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you. We got Kryl with the 2 SGD saying, will there be an Oricorio in OU stream? Maybe. I kind of doubt it. I think Oricorio is just not great. I don't think it's a very good Pokemon. I think it's borderline unviable. Man, maybe it just is unviable. I mean, back when Volcarona was here, it was kind of like, oh, you can like steal its Quiver Dances and beat it 101, and that's valuable. But now that, I mean, Tyranitar is up in usage and Volcarona's not here, it's like, yeah, I don't think there's any justifiable reason to actually use an Oricorio, because you've got stuff like Frostmoth. Like, if I was going to use a Quiver Dance Pokemon, it'd probably just be Frostmoth. Yeah. Where's Chansey? Is Chansey even lower? Chansey's an NU? Oh my gosh, guys. What is happening? Well, anyway, that's scary stuff. But, exactly why I stopped playing RU, lol. That'll probably be gone soon. Yeah. Anyway, though. So, as far as Gardevoir sets, let's talk about Gardevoir sets. There is CM, Stored Power, Specs, Scarf, and then there's, like, Wish, right? So, some people recommended Wish Teleport. I think this is bad, basically. GMCK1398, thank you very much for the $5 donation saying, let's go Gardevoir. Hopefully let's go Gardevoir. We'll see what happens. Yeah, thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'm hoping Gardevoir puts in the work here. So, why don't I like Wish Teleport, or like why do I not like any Gardevoir set with Wish? Pretty simple, 68 base HP. That is garbage. Your Wish, the amount of HP you pass with Wish, is based on half of your HP stat. That's why Alomomola is a great Wish passer. It has 160 base HP, or 165, excuse me. And here's Gardevoir with 68. This is really bad. So yeah, we're not using Wish. That's not in the cards at all, I'm afraid. So then as far as specs goes, it's not bad, right? Like, you've got like Moonblast Psyshock combo is nice, and you get Mystical Fire. Like, this is good coverage, and it's kind of like a mini Tapu Lele. The problem is we got Aura Fantastica in chat saying Gardevoir is going to suck and flop really badly. Telewish Gardenet kind of worked. I mean, there was one time like I think it was no, it wasn't Teleport. I mean, look, when you say it worked, like at what elo are we talking? Are we talking like it was good in one game in the 1400s, or like you saw somebody consistently perform well with the Teleport Wish Guard? And if you wouldn't believe it, we've got more donations to acknowledge. Thank you very much, Sundays P3K, sending 1 gift membership. And it was Kryl who received it. Very cool. And Harry Rhodes 434, who I thought had to leave, but I'm confused. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Sending 10 gift memberships. Very generous. Thank you so much. And yeah, this is a crazy amount of gifted memberships today. But yeah, thank you so much. Oh, and then yeah, there's Vacuum Wave for King Gambit. They can run that too. So Specs is like, it's not bad. It basically functions kind of like, it also gets Aura Sphere. I mean, oh yeah, I probably wouldn't use that, but it can essentially function like a mini Tapu Lele. The problem is speed, right? Tapu Lele had what is it, like 95 base speed? Gardevoir has 80. And if you look at OU, and you look at the speed tiers in OU, look how bad 80 is. Like, look at all of these Pokemon that outspeed you. We got Tai with Dragonite, Gold outspeeds, Samurott outspeeds, Rilla outspeeds, Ceruledge outspeeds, Glamour outspeeds, Tusk outspeeds, Pecharunt, Moltres, and Landorus. Those are all the Pokemon Lele outspeeds that Guard doesn't. So the truth is, Specs is bad. It's just not fast enough. I really don't think it can work. I believed in it for a second, and then, you know, tested a bit with Devin, and it just did not go well at all. This did not look good. So, And then we'll briefly address the Calm Mind sets. So there's one really gimmicky thing you can do. I don't know if is Simple Beam even in this. Yeah, so it is still. You basically usually Smeargle. I think someone in chat mentioned that. You'll run like a Smeargle lead. It'll probably be like Sticky Web. And you run this thing called Simple Beam. Makes the target's ability become simple. And this basically just means boosting moves are doubled. So, you know, you've seen like Swoobat with Simple. I don't think do we have any Simple Pokemon? We have Numel, literally just Numel. But, you know, in previous generations, you could do like Swoobat with Simple Calm Mind, and it gets, you know, its Calm Mind will boost special attack and special defense by 2 stages at once. So the idea is you Simple Beam the opponent, you go into Gardevoir, you trace Simple, and then you Calm Mind up and have stored power, and you go crazy. That's the idea. And you have Draining Kiss usually. And you can also run these Draining Kiss sets without the Simple Cheese, often like Grassy Seed. It'll be on kind of one of those teams. And, you know, it's fine. Like, obviously, Fairy Psychic is really good typing for a setup sweeper because stored power, theoretically, can break past anything that's not a Dark type. And then you've got the healing move in Draining Kiss. So, it's not bad. That being said, I don't think any of these sets have a real chance. I think it's, yeah, like maybe Calm Mind stored, but I just don't think its defensive stats are up to par. Like, look at this, 68 HP, 65 defense. Meanwhile, like Latias can do something very similar with just way better stats. So it's like, I don't believe in that Gardevoir set. So we are going to be running Scarf. That's the set I've settled on here. And there are a few reasons for this. Wait, let me block PMs. Cool. Almost forgot about that. So I peaked with Grassy Seed CM stored power. Someone just said not with webs support. Guys, we can't just put every Pokemon on webs. I have to say it every stream, but we can't put every Pokemon on webs. Like, just being slow, being too slow does not mean you deserve webs or you should get webs. And not only just because a lot of those Pokemon that outspeed you're going to be running Boots or Scarf, but also just because there are going to be better Pokemon to fill those slots. Yeah. Oh, do remember to like the stream. Yeah. Forget to say that sometimes. But yeah, so we're going to be running Scarf because honestly, Gardevoir needs the speed. It's at a good point in speed for a Scarfer. Not a great point. It'd still be nice if it could outspeed like Tusk. That's like you know, that 300 benchmark's pretty significant. But it's at a decent point. It's at a decent point for Scarfers. So what the set I'm thinking we go with is this. I think we go Trick, because Trick Scarf, we'll talk about the kind of the choice Scarf set. What it can do is, right, it can outspeed stuff like Dragapult, Dragonite. It can kind of act as a sweeper stopper. It can sort of deal with Zamazenta. It can even act as an emergency switch into Wellspring. So I think Scarf just has the most utility. I think Gardevoir being kind of like a sweeper stopper and dealing with some of the threats like Zamazenta is kind of the best we can hope for from this guy. I think that's the best we can hope for. So I don't see any other set than Scarf having a chance. Now, I'll be honest. I don't believe in Choice Scarf. I don't really believe in Gardevoir and OU. But there's a chance. It'll kind of come down to this. Is Gardevoir going to be better than we think it is? And is its trace going to be like surprisingly potent in practice? Is it going to actually kind of be like, oh, this is not bad. This has some potential. This has, you know, like we're tracing regen and we're tracing poison heal and we're locking Goldengo into Trick by getting its good as gold. Are we going to have a lot of things like that? Or is it just going to be like, oh, this is kind of bad? That's pretty much where we're at. But here's basically the moves you can run. So the first is Trick. Against those bulkier teams where we don't really need the speed, Trick is really nice, right? That's going to be able to shut down, you know, not shut down. It's going to be able to cripple stuff like that'll switch in theoretically for a really long time, like, you know, whatever, Heatran, Galarian Slowking, maybe, not a Tinglu really, but That's going to be kind of the main thing. It can just shut down those bulky special walls that would be a real pain for it. Maybe even a Gliscor, honestly, tricking, because we take the Poison Orb, then we can trace its poison heal later. That's like not a bad idea. So yeah, there's Pinka hallucinating now. What did I hallucinate? Anyway, though. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Choice Scarf item in general. I tend to want, like, just naturally fast Pokemon with power boosting items. But Scarf is still a good item, and it can work sometimes. And I do use Scarf on some of my teams I've shown in background footage, but maybe not often on streams. So, yeah, Trick is also mainly... but the other thing about Trick is that it's really nice in the stall matchup in particular. So that's one thing to highlight there. So the next thing you run is Moonblast. Moonblast is actually going to be more required than Trick. You absolutely need Moonblast. It's strong. It's Fairy type. What else you want to say about that? Mystical Fire. Makes a ton of sense to run this move. Pretty simple why, right? Psychic and Fairy are both resisted by Steel. So you have Mystical Fire, you hit the Steel types. Healing Wish is another option you see sometimes. Kind of an alternative to Trick. I feel like we want to run a Psychic move, but that's an option as well. And then there's Psyshock, Psychic, and Psychic Noise. My inclination is to run... That's not saying this is a worse Enamorus. Kinda, yeah. We're going to try it, though. It has some benefits over Enamorus. I like the Trick makes it a lot better against Stall, for sure. So I'm thinking we don't go Healing Wish. And I'm inclined to go with... I'm having a tough time. I think we go either Psyshock or Psychic Noise. And on one hand, I kind of want to go Psychic Noise because Petrarunt is going to be pretty annoying otherwise. Yeah. Okay, I see chat getting annoyed by Aura. So, Aura, you're on your last warning here. I think Psyshock is what I want to go with. I think we go Moonblast, Psyshock, Mystical Fire. And we'll see how we feel. And we do just want to go max, I think. Pretty simple here. And I'm thinking Terra Fairy, because that could potentially allow us to... Excuse me. That could potentially allow us to resist a Kingambit Sucker Punch and kill it with a Supreme Overlord boosted Moonblast. So that's kind of the idea there. A lot of people saying I got no faith in this mod. Yeah, kind of me neither, but we'll see how it goes. So there's our set. Next thing we want to discuss is what archetype are we putting this thing on? And I'm thinking it's got to be bulky offense. This Pokemon just doesn't do enough to be put on a balance. It kind of is going to function like an Enamorus on a bulky offensive team. And the weird thing is, the weird thing about this is with Gardevoir, it does a bunch of random stuff, which is why it's, I think, going to be so like awkward and difficult to build around. Because there are some, like when you put on like a Metal Coat Goldengo, like a Nasty Plot Metal Coat Goldengo to your team, you know what's going on. You're like, okay, this is my stall breaker. It's going to be great against fat teams, and it'll be okay against Hyper Offense, but not amazing. Gardevoir is here like, yeah, I'm pretty good against stall, and I'm good against Zamazenta, and I can kind of, like with Trace, I can kind of help with like a weird list of things. And I can sort of answer a Dragonite if I'm healthy. And I'm like... And then the Zamazenta. So I'm like, what do you do? Like, how do I build around that? How do I build around the fact that you aren't good against archetypes, but rather a seemingly, like, random group of Pokemon? Yeah, also we need to go timid here because otherwise we don't outspeed Dragapult. So Supreme Overlord works for Spatak as well. I believe so. Yeah. I think so. Unless I'm tripping here. Yeah, Pokemon's moves have 10% more power for each fainted ally. So yeah, Supreme Overlord is just yeah, works well like that. I feel like it works well with Garganacl. This is your worst nightmare. Why though? Like, what's the... Okay. Ora, we're gonna... Let me do this. Timeout. Time out for the rest of the stream. All right, sorry. I don't know. I warned you to stop screaming. You'll be unmuted next time, but just yeah, people in chat were complaining, and I gotta try to make this the best experience I can for everybody. I don't like banning people, or muting people, but you know. Okay. Kingambit feels like the most logical partner. Why? Dragapult normally goes like Adamant or Modest, no? Nope, not at all. Completely incorrect. Dragapult goes with the speed boosting nature almost every time. Just got a gut feeling I'm usually right about these. Okay, that's... I'm gonna need a little more than gut feelings for this. The other thing that's weird is Gardevoir is a support Pokemon. Like, it's like we're starting the game with a support Pokemon, but it has no defensive utility other than being a fairy type and kind of helping with Zama. So, it's just awkward. Lil Goat Nyan? Lil Goat Nyan for the $10 donation. Thank you very much. Saying, yo Pinka, there's a set I was looking into: Adamant Zapdos G with Thunderous Kick, Brave Bird, and Agility with Terra Fly. It sets up on Zama and Thunderous Kick into Terra Fly. Bird kills Dozo with hazards. Creative, but unfortunately I just don't think that's good. I don't think that's viable. It sounds like a super hit or miss Pokemon. I'm assuming you mean like agility bulk up? Yeah, but it's like, first of all, if the Zama's ID, you're not beating it. You're gonna lose that if you're switching in on it, for sure. And then, you know, it's like, yeah, you can beat Dozo, but Zapdos G is still mad and like, you see a Goldango and you're like, well, guess I'm not doing anything. You see a Zapdos, you're not doing anything. Even Pecharunt is like a huge obstacle. So I don't believe in Zapdos Galar's viability, but that's cool. So, okay, let's try to build. I know I've been yapping for like half an hour now, and we don't have a single other Pokemon in the builder. But I'm just like, I just don't know where to begin with this thing. I guess for Gardevoir to be an effective Pokemon, it's only going to be effective in late game, I think. Like, other than stopping sweepers and just kind of acting as speed control, it's gotta be only really effective in late game. So I think we need Pokemon that are going to... No, I don't think it's going to be a defensive balance kind of build. I think this needs to be a more offensive team that kind of forces kills. I just think if you're going with kind of a bulkier team, there's just way better options than Gardevoir. Like, you kind of need Because Gardevoir can temporarily answer stuff like Zamazenta. It can maybe try to switch in on like a Wellspring on a read. Um, but it's not a long-term game Pokemon unless you're facing a really passive team like Stall, at which point, tracing Regenerator and Poison Heal and stuff can get you places. But yeah. Some people saying Guard is better than y'all think. I mean, I guess we'll see. Is there a trace tech you can lean into? Not really, no. I don't think Gardevoir is usable when Iron Valiant is so much better. I would just drop it. Well, it is the point of the stream, so we can't just drop it, I'm afraid. Excuse me. Yeah, we gotta hope the value of Trace comes through, which I kind of doubt it will, but I guess we'll see. If you think it's going to be best in the endgame, why bring Trick against bulky teams? It's going to be against bulky teams, it'll Trick, and then it'll be useless. Against more offensive teams, it'll be helpful in the late game. Like, I'm thinking like maybe a Metal Coat Gold just to like really soften up the team on the special side. And that does appreciate. Does appreciate a Zama answer. Which Guard kind of is. But also if it has Heavy Slam, not really. Yeah. Let's try to go in this kind of offensive direction. Let's see if we can make this work. If we go with a Metal Coat Gold. We'll go speedy on this. I think it's fine. Let's just go all out ability gimmick and bring Chi Weezing. No. No. I don't think that's it. Does it one-shot Darkrai? Probably not, honestly. Like, I hope so, but I kind of doubt it. Oh, no, we do kill Darkrai. We super kill Darkrai. Okay, cool. That's a relief. Terranormal D-Knight as a teammate sounds good. Why? Reasons are great, guys. If we could start doing that. I would go for a Spidef Gliscor in order to put a Goldengo check in Hazards, maybe. Rillaboom. People just saying stuff. I mean, Rillaboom does kind of make sense here. It works well with gold often. Helps give... You can try that. Rilla Gold is a classic core. Muffin Melody, welcome to Bugcatcher. Thank you for joining the crew. What if we went... Does that have any issues? T-Spike is kind of brutal. But I think it's manageable. Yeah, actually, I think we could go helmet on this, honestly. Does this have any issues? Be AV Torn. We don't have a Ghost Resist, which is not great, but I think it's okay with a bulky AV Torn. I don't know, this is pretty much identical, I'm pretty sure, to another team I've built. That might be okay. Honestly, just throwing Gardevoir on like a model build to just sort of see, like Iron Moth's kind of disastrous, I guess. No Dark Resist except the Great Tusk. Specs Guard might work on a Paraspam? No, I am like very certain that would not work. Cerulege runs through this team, also true. Hmm. You go Heatran, maybe. No knock resist is bad. Guys, lack of dark resist is way worse. I've seen like 4 people in chat talking about no dark resist. Am I going insane, or is Great Tusk is a dark resist? I'm not not computing. Like, I just ate like probably like a 2,000 calorie breakfast before this, so maybe my brain power is completely gone because of the massive amount of energy being used by digestion. But like, this is a dark resist, right? I feel like I'm going insane here. This seems fine. Yeah, okay. I think this is workable. These 5. Jason Goldberg saying, "Can you all stop talking about some guard beats Tusk? Guard beats Zama, Parrot with Kingambit. Did y'all forget switching exists or something? TF y'all talking about, bruh." Yep, switching is a very key thing to consider. Pairing Pokemon with stuff that counter each other's counters like doesn't actually work in practice a lot of the time. Feels like we missed some solid progress maker. I mean, we got a Bandit Rillaboom, like Terra normal Heatran. Yeah, that could be okay. Walking Wake also looks a little scary. Yeah, maybe we go like Terra Grass on Heatran or something. Kyurem is also kind of rough though. Grass Dragon. Let's go grass on this. We can go like AV Terra Ice on Tornadus for the Heatran problem. Tusk, we probably go Terra Fire, beef up Ceruledge a little. Cinderace, we can go Sucker Punch with Libero. Also helps with the Ceruledge issue. Scarf Guard, which will do what it does. Leftovers Flash Fire seems good. We'll go Protect, Lava Plume, EP. Do we want to go defensive or Spadef on this is the question. I'm thinking Spadef for the ghosts. Walking Wake runs Flamethrower. We have Flash Fire, though. So we should be okay against that. We still lack a sweeper. Sweepers are not required. You need to have a progress-making core. Not every team needs a sweeper. That is a requirement that is not a thing. Actually, I should add that to a script for this upcoming video. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a go. What does this team do against Glamora? Good question. Yeah, I guess lead guard. Can we go taunt on Tran? We can. I don't think it'd be good, but we could do that. Let's go for outspeeding King Gambit. Why not? How fast is guard? 80 base speed. Outspeeds Bolt with a scarf. That's the important thing. Go ghost on this. Pyroball, U-turn, court change. Pretty simple stuff there. Tosco Helmet, Rapid Spin, Headlong Rush, Ice Spinner, and we don't need rocks, so we can potentially, you could run Bulk Up here. Could be okay. This is very similar to the Golem team. I think that's what I'm remembering. I don't know, though. As I said, I think just kind of like a base team around guard is fine. Because I have no idea what to do with this Pokemon. Bognor, thank you for the £2 saying late. Did I miss anything? What about Garg and Glim? Yeah, Garg is rough. Actually, let's go leftovers on this Tusk and go bulk up defensive, because I feel like that's going to be better here. And we'll go speedy, max HP. I think is okay. Leaves us without a contact Punisher, but that might be okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll go 4/4 on this. Run Supercell Slam for no reason. Yeah, seems like a good idea. Bleak Wind, U-turn, knock off, Heat Wave, keep it simple. But what is this, Torn? What are we doing, buddy? Let's hit that 352. Well, do we want to? Yeah, we don't really need to outspeed Syrup. We got a Heatran. Let's hit the 352. Go max HP, and we'll go the rest into special defense. Seems good. Yeah, let's run it, and we can maybe, once we get maybe a better idea of what Gardevoir is like, how it performs, we can maybe switch the team up. But I think we just kind of need to see it in action first. Rossi Surge, Region. No, all right, guard. Let's hope you do something. Yeah, I don't know about running Knock on Tusk. We've got 2 knockoff Pokemon already and a Trick Guard. I feel like it's a little too much item play at that point. Goblin upstairs. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Bugcatcher. Thank you for joining. I don't know. Part of me feels like we just got to put this guard on like a super offensive build. Like, I'll try to kind of put together the sort of team I'm imagining, but it's something like Gardevoir, kind of like a booster bolt. Bulky offense, I think, could be good, but let's give this a go. HF, Glamora, let's lead guard. Guard actually looks good here, theoretically. I mean, we'll see what happens, but looks good here. Dragapult lead, okay. Just going to click Moonblast, keep things simple. If they lead Glamora, I think we just go into Tusk. Okay, they just go Glamora. We get a special attack drop, which is nice. Not a huge deal. As I said, plan is just to go into Tusk here. Set up a light screen, which is interesting. You don't see that every day. Let's go for Headlong Rush. Keep it simple. Okay, in comes Pult. I mean, we've got a Heatran, which is a theoretically very solid answer for this Dragapult, so I think we can just go in there. Shadow Ball coming off. That is Specs Dam. Oh, that is Life Orb. Interesting. Not really sure what to say about that. I think I'm okay to... I think we can Earth Power. They might be like Hydro Pump or something dumb, so I'm going to Protect. Okay, just Shadow Balling again. I think we can go Torn. Then seems fine. Torn with AV. You want to generally just like let regen Pokemon take damage. Special attack drop is kind of rough. In case it goes for a darts here, I think I will go into Heatran. And yeah, there come the darts. And I'll Protect again, get a little extra health, and then I think Tornadus seems fine here. Once again, let regen Pokemon take the damage when you have time to. Okay, we see Cornerstone come out. We are EV'd to outspeed this, so we should just be clicking U-turn here. I definitely don't see Cornerstone clicking anything other than an Ivy Cudgel here, so I'm inclined to U-turn into Tusk. And there is the Ivy Cudgel. So we don't die to a power up here, and Headlong Rush does kill. There's a chance it's Horn Leech, but I think I'm down to just click Headlong Rush. And it turned out to be Adamant, so it did more than... Or no, that was just a max roll. It could have been Adamant, could have been max roll, but either way, we survive, we kill. Things are generally looking up. And in comes the Iron Valiant. So... we don't want to let this set up. I think our best play is just to stay in here, because then we can follow up with Gardevoir. So let's just click Headlong Rush, and they're just going to Moonblast. That's fine. We can go Gardevoir here, and we can Moonblast. Okay, they Moonblast. Even if we get special attack dropped, we super kill, so that was not a concern. Cool. This is a bit of an awkward position for us. I think the best play is Rillaboom, because I also don't see Rillaboom being super helpful otherwise. Based on our Moonblast damage earlier, we see that this is, I think, a max HP Glamora. Whoops, what is that? I was typing in the wrong place. Yeah, so we did 25, I believe, immediately. So this is going to be or 26. This is probably a bulky Glamora, so we can probably just go Rillaboom here. We'll be fine. I'm a little worried about this setting Toxic Spikes right here, but I don't think there's really a way to avoid that. So I think we can just Woodhammer. Okay, so it turns out to be this kind of Glamora set, which is interesting. So it's like speedy. I mean, do you have Earth Power? Do you have Rocks? I think Heatran's not really helpful for anything, so I'm actually okay with going Heatran and just kind of seeing what this Glamora has. Let's Protect here. Potentially, like, depending on its last move, we could go Cinderace and try to court change this. So Mortal Spin is what it's got last. So in that case, I think what I'd like to do is just stall out screens. Really would be good here. So I'm going to click Lava Plume. And if we get a burn here, that'd be awesome. That would make things... Okay, awesome. That's great. So in that case, this Zamazenta has pretty much ceased to be a threat. I think our play is to go into Cinderace and get these hazards court changed. And then we can go into guard the following turn. Yeah, this body press will actually still do significant damage, but not crazy. And now we super die because we're a normal type. I don't know why it's... Oh, no, we have Reflect, so we don't die. That's funny. So we'll U-turn here. And we have a Reflect up. We have Dauntless Shield. So we are taking absolutely 0 from this Zamazenta Body Press, doing 10%. And we can just click Moonblast here. So Terra Electric comes out. That's not going to really help at all. And that Heavy Slam did 15, which is brutal. That is with screens up, a defense boost. So yeah, Guard... okay, Guard did pretty well there, honestly. And that, oh, we're pretty high ladder too. I'm shocked we're high ladder because last thing I did on the OU ladder was play with a level 2 Endeavor Sudowoodo team. So I'm shocked we're in 1900s already. But I guess the team performed well and Guard did well. Would a different Pokemon have been better there, like an Enamorus? Probably. Yeah, probably an Enam would have been slightly better there. So yeah. Oh well. But yeah, I mean, Guard did what it was meant to do. The Trace versus Zama actually mattered there. Totally didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about with that mattering. No, that did not matter one bit. Okay. Like if it didn't get a burn, it might have mattered. Why level? You can't get a level 1 Sudowoodo. That's why it was level 2. Okay. So, all right, we got a couple regen Pokemon. I think this is a trick kind of game. Actually, we got a ton of regen Pokemon. So Guard might go crazy here. It actually kind of looks not bad at all. Hazards are going to be key. I think our opponent hates hazards. Their Torn is probably the most annoying Pokemon for us. We've got to be aware of that. And maybe our Tusk can go crazy, but probably not. I'm interested to see the Gold and Garg matchups. Yeah, I don't think those will be that problematic, but we'll probably run into one of those eventually. Particularly Gold. I think we want to start with Torn. We just want to get some knockoffs going. Yeah, I think this is a fine deal for us. I think their Torn is a bigger problem for us than our Torn is for them. So to trade knockoff is totally a good deal for me. What is this, semi-stall? Yeah, I would probably describe this as a semi-stall. Kind of depends on the team. It theoretically could be like a full stall. Probably not, but it could be. Okay, we get rid of the boots. Not a bad start. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, interesting. That makes sense. Boots, let's check that knockoff damage. So we had 13, so that indicates this is probably just... Oh, interesting, probably max defense. Well, if you have 0 HP and defensive, knockoff could have done the same thing. So we don't really have any information as of right now. I'm expecting probably just a flip turn, but if we get burned by a Scald, that could be rough, or like paralyzed by a Body Slam. I think I'll throw off a Bleak Wind and just kind of get more info, because it should flip turn. Okay, cool. It did flip turn, so we made the right play, and we'll get some set info. So that Bleak Wind would have done... a Bleak Wind did 33. Okay, so this is a... Let me double check this. This is the 0 HP 252 set. Yeah, okay, cool. Good to get confirmation on that. So we could knock off this Amoonguss as well. I'm expecting this is going to be a stun spore type of deal. So I don't want to let Heatran get paralyzed, but I'm kind of not sure what else to do. We could just let Torn eat it, but that doesn't sound great either. Because I feel like Torn is our main tool against their Torn. But we want Hazards up. If we can get Hazards up, a lot of this becomes more manageable. And I think we'd like to get a Trick off, but that's a bit awkward too. Theoretically, actually, if this Amoonguss gets chipped, honestly, Gardevoir could kind of go crazy. So maybe we do stay in and we just Bleak Wind Storm this thing. Let's see what it wants to click. Okay, it is the Stun Spore, unfortunately. I was hoping it would be Toxic. And we can U-turn here. Mola coming in makes a bunch of sense there. That makes sense. And I want to immediately set Stealth Rock. Just because I know their team hates dealing with these hazards. And I kind of want to Terra Grass and Lava Plume. I know it's pretty early, but I feel like we've got to be aggressive in making progress against this team. And it is going to just be a Rapid Spin from Tusk. Let's see if we get the burn right away. That'd be huge. We do. Heatran, you are amazing for that one. And I think we Lava Plume again. I'm expecting Hatterene here, I think is rather probable. Okay, we get in the Tornado, and we burn that too, Heatran. Good job, buddy. We see the knockoff come out. We never let it get knocked off, of course. So we're going to go back into our Tornadus, which the paralysis is actually maybe not the worst thing. And we'll go into our Tusk here. Probably going to have to eat a knockoff, unfortunately, but no real way around that. And let's see that damage. This is a bulky T-Tar based on that damage. Wait, hold on. No. Rock. 15. Yeah, no, this is a bulky T-Tar. That's no attack invested. That's kind of an awkward range, but I think it's just a high roll on a no bulk Tar. So okay, let's go into Heatran. I imagine T-Tar does not want to stay in here, and it should just be going right back out into Mola. And I want to click Lava Plume here. Burning Mola would be cool if we could get that. No, I cannot complain at all at this point. So no complaints there. We'll protect just to, get a little chip, I guess. Get a little healing. We'll go into Tornadus. They U-turn. Okay, it makes sense. Tyranitar comes in. We'll go back into Tusk. Hopefully they don't have Ice Beam, but I guess we'll find out. Low Kick. Best they got. No problem. I'll click Headlong Rush here. Or do we go... Let's click Headlong Rush. Okay, Torn comes in. Fair enough. Let's go into our Torn. If they want to click Knockoff, they're totally free to do... Okay, they finally click Knockoff, and we'll get the slow U-turn here, which is pretty nice. I think next time we just click Stealth Rock, since we can just, like, Court Change. So I'm going to go for Rocks here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's Protect to see what this Hatterene wants to do. And it does have Nuzzle, so I'm going to go out into Torn here. And we're going to click Knockoff. Removing this thing's item would be sick. So if we could do that, that'd be awesome. If you could not get Paralyzed Torn. Okay, they're going to go into Mola. Makes sense. We'll Bleak Wind. Okay, we're just going to get Flip turned on, so... Works fine. And then I'll go into Tusk here once again. And here, okay, they're gaming. I can respect that. This should be a Bleak Wind on their part. I'm thinking we can go into... It's a little early to go for the Court Change thing, is the problem. Yeah, that was a good play on their part, because Bleak Wind is actually pretty threatening now. I think we have to kind of go into Cinderace and do the Court Change plan. I'm guessing they're not max speed. Yeah, they're not max speed. Cool. So we got that going. And then we can go Guard here and we can Trick, which I think is a good move. Okay, cool. We Trick, so we get an AV, which makes sense, and they have a Scarf. I think that's a good deal for us. I'm happy with an AV here. And we have Regen as well, which is nice. On this, I'm inclined to just Moonblast. I think that'll do a good bit of damage, and we can click Moonblast again. Yep. Click Moonblast. This is one of those moments I kind of wish we had Psynoise. I think I'm going to make the switch. Let's go Psynoise. Got 10 gift memberships from GMCK1398. Thank you very much for the generosity. If there's anything you want to say in chat, just let me know. Yeah, we'll go Psychic Noise. Gonna help against these kinds of teams. Okay, T-Tar comes in, eats that Moonblast like it's nothing. Makes sense. I'll go into Torn here on the expected low kick. I don't think this thing... Okay, Heavy Slam comes out. Go into Tusk this turn. Just click Headlong Rush. Do as much damage as we can. And I'll click Rapid Spin here. Okay, they're going to just go into Mola. Fine. Go into Guard here. Get the regen. Put ourselves in a position to attack. Amoonguss comes out. Yeah, Tornadus, Paralyzed Torn is actually kind of the perfect counter to Amoonguss at this point. And we can just U-turn here. We can see exactly what they want to click and U-turn out. And it is just going to be a Bleak Wind, which makes sense. Let's not get that happening to us again. Cool. Actually, we should have gone Guard that next turn, so that was a bad play on my part. Let's go Heatran this time. It's not good. We can go Torn and get regen, though. That's good. Yeah, actually, our AV Guard tracing Torn is really effective here. Okay, that is not good. Let's go into Guard on this. And Psyshock. Yikes, and we get poisoned. Okay, let's go. This is going really badly. And there was another donation? Okay, and then let's Lava Plume. I feel like Hatterene's probably coming in. I'm going to go for the... yeah, we got it. Let's go for Lava Plume again. I think we can't. Well, no. Nuzzle's probably coming out here, so let's go into Torn. And let's U-turn that. Okay, and we just get paralyzed. That's not good. Let's go U-turn. Okay, and we get paralyzed again, dude. This sucks. Let's go into Rillaboom here, because what else can we do, right? Let's U-turn. Oh, Terra Dragon comes out. That's not good. I think we lose is pretty much all we can do at this point. Yeah. Go Torn. We try to knock off. Maybe get like a critical hit with Moonblast on Gardevoir. Yeah. No, we're cooked. Yeah. Okay. Well, that sucked. Yeah, let's try a more offensive team. This just like Guard. This is the matchup where Guard theoretically Guard theoretically should have been good, and it just like sucked the entire time. So yeah, let's try something else. Trick. Boost energy, CM, Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse, Thunderclap. We can fill in the EVs later, but just something like this. Let's get an SD Wellspring on there. That kills stuff. We could go Lando Cinderace. Let's try that. And we need, I think we need too much in this last slot for this team to work, because we need a fair, no, we have fair resist. We go King Gambit, maybe? Does that work? Too weak to Zama. I mean, I guess that's what Guard's supposed to help us with, so maybe we'll try to have faith in that. I don't know, this seems like a big ask, though. Like, this entire team is getting farmed by Zama, except theoretically Gardevoir. I don't know about that. Yeah, how are we breaking stall? Another good point. Like, I'd just like to run like a Hatterene. Would be like pretty good here, but we're running a freaking Gardevoir. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I pretty much regret Gardevoir. I think this Pokemon's garbage. We try like a Glow King. Maybe over like Wellspring. No, then we have. I guess we still have Water Resist. Try this if we go like an offensive Lando. Terra Ground. Yeah, like we'll just plug in some sets. I'm pretty much tuned out at this point. We'll go Speedy. We'll go Terra Fairy. Why not? Yeah, we'll go Terra Fairy. Yeah, we'll go Fairy on this. We'll go Blaze offensive, I think, actually. We'll go like Wisp, U-turn, Pyro Ball, CC. And then we'll just go Terra Ghost on this. I think it's fine. No need to go with anything crazy. Well, actually, no. We kind of struggle with other Kingambits. Let's go Glasses, Terra Dark, SD, Kowtow, Sucker Punch, and Low Kick, Adamant. Adamant Dark max speed seems good. Gives us some way of theoretically breaking stall. All right, let's try to make this work. Do we have everything we need? Yep, let's run it. I don't know, just like after seeing Guard get like totally farmed in like a matchup full of regenerator Pokemon, that's like that pretty much took it out of me. Like any hope of this thing work. Like if it can't do well in that game, why are we not just running an Enamorus? You know, like I'll do my best in the games, but I think I've lost faith in Gardevoir. So okay, let's start off here. Off probably a Tinkaton lead. I like Landorus into pretty much everything, so let's start with that. All right, this is a bit scary. I want to scout with Glow King because I think there's a solid chance the thing just fires off a massive Choice Specs hit, and it's instantly into Tinkaton. Okay. We don't even need Future Sight here. Let's go. Wait, no, we need Chill Reception. Let's go Thunder. Oh, come on. Let's go Thunder Wave. But okay, that's fine. Let's who do we want to go into? Orlando. Okay, and let's click Smack down here. Okay, cool. We catch Kyurem. Doesn't do much. Let's go Slowking. We see no item on that, which is terrifying. Okay, clicked Ice Beam, so that's good at least. I'm inclined to go for a Toxic. I don't think you switch right into Tinkaton. Cool, they didn't. Might as well go Guard here. It can live a hit, and what else is it going to do, right? Actually, though, Guard kind of does look good here, clicking like Terra Fairy Moonblast. So maybe we don't be so callous with its life. Or whatever it has. EP's probably going to kill us here, though. So let's... Is Kingambit sweeping this game? Probably not. Could go into that. I know, that kind of hurts with Dragapult around, though. There really doesn't seem to be, like, a good option here. I think Guard is the best we can do. Let's go into that. Okay, cool. Let's Moonblast. Oh gosh, that's going to take quite a few Moonblasts. Alright, well, we have Landorus. Aatrox comes in. Okay, probably you're not Scarf. So let's U-turn here. And I think go into Bolt. We have Core Change, and they are Scarf. That's not good. Because that outspeeds our Gardevoir. Because Gardevoir's garbage. So that's a problem. Like, I don't even know how to approach this game. Like, if we had an Enam, we'd outspeed Samurott, and so we could have, like, a chance to hit stuff with Scarf, but we don't. We have a Gardevoir. So it's like... We need to probably either plan to win with Bolt or Kingambit. But there's, like, a Tusk and a Tinkaton, which makes that really challenging to happen. Yeah, the speed tier is brutal here. Like, if they weren't Scarf Aatrox, maybe there's something we could do, but they are, so... Now we're in this situation. Let's try Glow King and Chilly Reception. I'm hoping they go into Tinkaton here so we can bring in Cinderace and click Pyro Ball. That's kind of all I've got. Okay, and they just go into Aatrox, so that's not good. We have to try to take out the Tinkaton so we can make some progress. So I'm going to go into Bolt here and immediately click Thunderbolt, hoping they go into Tinkaton to try to play Encore games. And we can T-Bolt it. That's the idea. And they instantly go into Tusk. Awesome. And they got us. Yeah. So, all right, let's go Cinderace on this on the Encore, and we can click Pyro Ball here and hope. Okay, they just sack Tinkaton instantly. That's good. That is good. That's what we want to see. Let's go Bolt on this. I'm expecting a Water move here, and our Dragon Pulse does look really good at this point. So we can click Dragon Pulse, and that's going to put in work. So that's okay. Their really weird Tinkaton plays kind of brought us back into this game. Okay, and we kill Zapdos. That's good too. Landorus can now put in the work, and we can go Slow King here. Slow King looks really solid. We can Chilly Reception out of this. And this is a great opportunity to go Guard. There was no switch into Gardevoir here from our opponent's side. Okay, there's this game really turned on its head fast. I'm thinking I like the Landorus sack here. Well, they might just flip turn. Honestly, what is Glow King good for? Let's let that go. Razor Shell comes out. Yeah, I think we just let it go, because then we can follow up with... Or no, can Bolt dies to 2, though, doesn't it? 2 Razor Shells. But not after Intimidate. So I think what we do is... Like, is this Glow King going to do anything at all? I guess it might. I'm a little worried about the Tusk getting out of hand. So let's do this. Let's go into Raging Bolt, and we can Dragon Pulse here, because now Razor Shell will not 2-hit KO. Like, Guard's doing something, but an Enam would have just done this better. So, like... Okay, they sack Pult. Cool. Happy to see that. We stay in and we click D-Pulse here, and then we go Cinderace and Wisp, for sure, is the play. We never let this Tusk potentially bulk up for free. Okay, they're just going to Ice Spinner, that's fine. I mean, if it's Terrifier bulk up, it's Terrifier bulk up. Like, what are you going to do? Okay, we get the Wisp off. I think we just U-turn here. Razor Shell comes off. Okay. Let's see how much this U-turn does. Not a ton. I think we have to go Gambit here. And okay, I think I have a plan that works. So I think we SD. Okay, that's good. I think we SD again, because we have to get this where the Tusk cannot do any setup shenanigans, is basically where we're at. So now I'll click low kick. So we're at the point now where Tusk has to attack us, is basically the idea. So we're going to click low kick here. Okay, that's good. They haven't used Terra, though, which is my concern. How much does Slow King take if we Terra Water it? Does it live after a regen? Maybe. Probably. So I think that's our play, then. We go Gardevoir here. I think Psynoise is going to be the best move to do the maximum. Okay, and it was Terra Poison, so I'm glad we clicked Psynoise. Whew. GG. Okay. Got the win with Gardevoir. That was pretty dicey, but we got the win. Okay, let's go for another one. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. All right, everybody. Hello, I am back. Sorry about the wait. I also did a quick change in a load of laundry. So let's focus up. Let's lock in. Lead is either going to be Scizor or Darkrai. I'm inclined to lead with Guard, and it is Darkrai. Awesome. I'm thinking we click Mystical Fire here. I can't see really a Darkrai staying in. I'm imagining you've got to either switch to Treads or Scizor, and we are going to catch the Treads. Booster speed, so interesting to see that. And yeah, they can't kill us with anything. A Steel Beam doesn't threaten to kill, so I'm... Oh, God. What? Why are you Heavy Slam? Nobody runs that. Okay, well, we found the one. So that's good. Like, Guard actually looked good this game, so that's, well, whatever, dude. Okay, fine. Let's Earthquake. They set rocks. That's good for us. We can court change that later. Rai comes in. We're going to go immediately into Kingambit, because that is kind of what we have for Darkrai now. And I'm worried it'll have Focus Blast, but I'm going to hope it doesn't. Let's let Kowtow Cleave. Likely, I'm expecting a switch, and we do catch the switch into Volcanion. We do a good chunk, But that is a pretty bulky Volcanion, I think. Is, I believe, max HP. 43. That is like defensive as well. That's bizarre. I'm a little worried. Yeah, so this is like a defensive freaking Volcanion. That should mean that Slowking can switch in and out, but I'm also worried that means it might have some like Fire Spin trapping set. But let's go into Slowking and see what happens. Overheat and Eject Pack is what we see. Interesting. So a Dark Pulse won't kill us here. Let's check the Kingambit damage to make sure. Yeah, this is just a regular Dark Pulse, so I think we can click Thunder Wave here. And unless something crazy happens. Okay, beautiful. That's really good for us. And at this point, I think just a Kingambit switch looks fine. And I think this time I'm inclined to go for the low kick. And we are just going to kill Darkrai. Beautiful. That critical hit did matter, actually. Wow. So that's nice. So based on our damage last time, we maybe could Terra and kill here, but not a safe bet. So... trying to make sure we don't lose this game. Like, what's the safest angle? I think the safest angle is just switching in Bolt here. I think that's the safest angle. And then we just go for a Thunderbolt. Okay, there's the Steam Eruption. Unfortunate critical hit, but at least we don't get burned. Let's just click Thunderbolt. Let's not mess around. Latios comes in. I'd say we can Thunderclap here. I think an attack's coming out, and sure enough, it did. We see Draco, which is good. That's kind of what we want to see. I think we go Cinderace. I really don't want to lose to Scizor is the risky thing. I'd like to get Glowking healthy for the Ival. Can a Specs Latios kill Glowking at this range? Draco, what about like Terra Dragon? That'll get Terra Dragon will do it. So it's a bit awkward. I feel like are you Spec? You could be. You could be Specs here. Could just be a Landorus U-turn. I think that's probably the best player. Is just Landorus U-turn. And we see that is likely Scarf based on that damage. Let's go Slowking here for the Regenerator. Ival comes out. I think we go instantly into Landorus is the best play here. Ideally on like a knockoff. And there's the aggressive SD. That's not good. So, well played by our opponent. I think we sack Kingambit here on what should be an attack. And we can go back into Landorus. Thank you very much to... Oh my gosh. Let's hope they don't SD. They SD'd again. Okay, we lose. Like, let's hope. Knock off. Oh, yeah, they CC'd. Okay, GG. Sometimes you get red. Yeah, we just got red there. Happens. Thank you very much, Depresso Clinical, for the 50 gifted memberships. Insane generosity today. Donations have been crazy. So yeah, thank you so much. That game sucked, by the way. That was like just so unfortunate on so many levels. Like I think we played fine. Just sometimes it's the wrong Ival set, and then you also lose every play, and you know it happens. I don't regret what we played, but yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for the generous donation. All right, HF. We're into this next game. Yeah, that game just sucked. Like heavy, like you are like you're like the one person in the world running heavy slam treads. Yeah, heavy slam did indeed ruin that match, but like Of course, like when you run like a Gardevoir, of course you're going to encounter a heavy Slam Boost or Speed Treads. Yeah, makes sense. So, okay. This game, I just like Glow King lead. It looks pretty good into everything. We T-Wave like last time. Does guard look good here? There's a Glow King, so no. Like, totally no. Alright, well, at least we get the para. That's good. I think we can go... I don't want to really let guard get chipped. Let's go Gambit. Okay, Tusk. That's a weird Tusk, but okay. Let's go Landorus here. I'm expecting probably just like a ground move, maybe a knockoff. Okay, Stealth Rock is fine. I'm going to U-turn on what I hope will be an Ice Spinner, so we can go into Cinderace. Then we can... Okay, well, do we die to a Headlong here? We do. So we're going to go into Landorus again. We get Ice Spinner. Good play. Let me get a U-turn here. Okay, cool. We caught that. Now I believe Cinderace lives. No, we don't. We still don't. Let's go guard and just trick the Glow King, I guess. Thank you, Depresso Clinical, for the 250 SAR. Not sure what that is, but I much appreciate it. I'm going to drop another 50 if the next stream is Zoroark, Hisui, wink, wink. And yeah, it's a good Mola switch. Let's go into Slow King, I guess. This team like loses to Tusk, which is pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, Zoroark. I think Zoroark Hisui is a cool Pokemon. I'd be down to give it a try. Let's just EQ here on the spin. Get some damage off on this thing for next time. Go guard here. Back into Ace, and then we'll try to court change. What do we have on Bolt? We got Fairy. That's not good. Okay, we can Wisp here. Get a nice little burn. Yeah, you're just going to Wish up Tusk, and there's absolutely zero I can do about it. And we can go into guard here at least. Can kind of make it not easy to go into Tusk. Yeah, okay, there's the switch. We can go into guard. Moonblast. Yeah, good Slow King. This team's bad. Like, I don't know. There's no other really way to put it. It's not a good team, fundamentally. Burn here. Actually, I'm going to make a read and say they're going to switch in. Okay, they didn't switch. Let's go Gambit, I guess. Yeah, they spin. Sure, dude. Let's go for low kick. We die. Does guard die here? I actually don't. I don't think guard survives this. Yeah, guard dies here, which is super cool. Maybe they don't know that. Let's hope they don't know that. I'm gonna go Sinoise something. Like, they kill me, but they might not be aware of that fact. Yeah, this team was built pretty fast, just kind of like a let's just, yeah, they were aware of that fact, it appears. Let's just forfeit this one. Yeah, Gardevoir is complete garbage. This is a total waste of time. But, well, no, it's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of time because some people might enjoy watching this. Some people might enjoy watching this, and I'm going to try to keep my attitude positive because of that. So let's make some changes, though. Let's go Ogerpon here, or let's make a new team first so we can keep this for the sake of record keeping. Let's go Ogerpon. Let's try that. Give us a little bit of a better Tusk answer and maybe something that can do some stuff. And that's the wrong team. Let's go with this. You can feel his soul leaving his body. No, it's fine. Okay, Johnny. We're facing Johnny. The classic Johnny Tots. Okay, let's... we can kick it off with Lando, especially because this... Lando looks really good here. We honestly might just want to Terra Ground Lando and start knocking stuff out. But that's... Glow King is such a good lead here against almost everything. I think that's the move. This looks like a really good matchup for us, honestly. Okay, now we go immediately into Landorus. We have Court Change, so Klefki is like the least threatening Pokemon in the world, pretty much. Why Gardevoir over something like, say, Enamorus? Great question. I thought maybe Trace would be helpful, and it turns out it is not. So that's where we're at. Yeah, Psycho Boost and like 20 more speed would make Gardevoir viable, I think. Yep, there's the T-Wave, makes sense. And we just click super easy Earthquake here. Soft Sand looking ready to go. No ground immunity, no ground resist. Pretty easy Earthquake. I don't think this thing's carrying Magnet Rise. That'd be insane. And Trick is going to be really good against this team too, I think. I'm pretty sure this is an SD IVAL, so let's make sure we're aware of that. Johnny Tots thinking hard about this one. I would be too, if I had nothing for Earthquake. Okay, just going for the Reflect, fair play. I think we U-turn out here. I'm expecting just some kind of switch, and we can go into Glow King to counter whatever that switch is. Yep, Clefable is the switch of choice. Works for me. Just Glow King Sludge Bomb seems like a fine solution. Actually, I like Thunder Wave. Well, it might be unaware. Probably not. Let's Thunder Wave. It covers Clefable staying in. It covers switches. And okay, it's going to be the Klefki we catch. That works just fine, and I'm happy to go into Landorus here. And if they want to start setting spikes, that is okay with me. So we're going to go for, I think a U-turn here is fine again. And I think this is now when we go for the nice Scarf trick. Just shut something down. And it looks like we will shut down the Clefable, which is quite nice. So it's going to go for that Calm Mind, and it is now locked into Calm Mind, has a Choice Scarf. Our guard has leftovers, so we have kind of burned that resource, but I think it was well used. And I think I want to go into... Excuse me. Just Slow King here. Can threaten to Toxic something potentially. And with Reflect ending soon, it's a perfect time to go into Landorus. So we're just going to go into Landorus here. How does this team lose to Great Tusk 2? Yeah, good question. And this should just be clicking Moonblast. So we can U-turn into Glow King and just Chilly Reception very easily. And yeah, we can do this like literally forever. U-turn Chilly, U-turn Chilly. I have no issue doing this forever. This is a pivoting cycle where our opponent eventually either lets their Clefable die or they switch out, and they finally decide to switch out. So that's good. We can go King Gambit here, and then just back into Landorus. Actually, I guess we would have wanted to bait out the Thunder Wave, so maybe not the best play, but we'll be okay. And it's going to be Reflect. Let's click Earthquake here. Well, yeah. Do we want to click Earthquake here? I think we do. Yeah. We can try to court change the screens, I think is the idea. A little worried about DD QRM potentially. Well, we do have King Gambit as well. Interesting to go into Cinderace here. Let's U-turn, and we'll try to bring in our own Cinderace. I think it's SD Double Edge is the play, so we might be kind of banking on a speed tie here, actually, which is not so great. Maybe there was a better way to play around that Klefki. Oh, we and OU, I thought it was Mega Guard. Yeah, well, yeah, Guard on the thumbnail is regular. I always put the Megas on the thumbnail if it's Mega, and the title says in OU, and the thumbnail says in OU. And also the Saturday streams are OU. So yes, OU is what we do on Saturday. NatDex is what we do on Thursday, generally. But yeah, Mega Guard is on the list for NatDex though, so that will happen at some point, but unfortunately today we're using this trash. So interesting, it's not Terra Normal, but let's go court change and hope that we don't get destroyed by... I don't think Cinderace has anything to kill us here, really. Maybe a Terra Fire Pyro Ball could do it. So if they Terra Fire Pyro Ball hit and win the tie, that could be bad. Otherwise, we should be fine to court change here. Doesn't Lando eat at +1? Okay, there's the Pyro Ball. Cool. We presumably won the speed tie. Okay, they have court change too. Let's court change. Hopefully they're adamant. I feel like Johnny Tots is the kind of guy to go greedy adamant on Cinderace. We've outsped twice now, so that indicates that might be the case. Yeah, just kind of waiting to see. I don't know what Johnny Tots is thinking hard about here. You click Pyro Ball, I think. You could court change, but then we're just in the same situation with fewer screens turns, which gives my King Gambit an opportunity to finish this off. So I would think you just click Pyro Ball here. Okay. Yeah, and they do just click Pyro Ball. Let's click it again. Okay, and we get the kill because we have Blaze, right? That's good. I forgot about Blaze. So we're in a really good spot now. We really should not lose this game. We just have to be very aware of the DD QRM. That's the biggest threat. Yeah, we are totally staying in here. Johnny Tots is the greediest player ever. They will always set up. Every single time. So yeah, that was definitely the play there. And we always go Slowking on this. No reason to go into anything else. And I'm going to click, I think, T-Wave here to try to cover potentially a switch. And let's Toxic to potentially cover another switch. Okay, now we're going to go into the switching cycle of earlier. Everybody say, yay! Don't you like the Vortex? I know you do. I know I do. Yeah, we're just going to go back and forth. And then what do we want to position on the field when this Clefable finally kicks the bucket is the question. Maybe guard? No. Okay, I think I actually have I have a good idea here. We go into this, we Terra Water SD. I think that's a good play. If Kyurem comes in, we can knock off. Cool. Now I think we should be good to kill everything. Like, Kyurem dies to an Ivy Cudgel. Yeah, so... this should be game. GG. Okay, cool. We got to win. We're 3-3. We've evened it up. Let's see if we can get another one. It just says, Johnny Tots is greedier than me because holy, yeah. Yeah, no, Johnny Tots is an incredibly greedy player. And I respect it. I respect it. Someone asking if it was going to be DD Kyurem loaded dice. I expect so. That's typically what you see on these kinds of teams. HF? Okay. Gardevoir looks okay here. Nothing crazy. Lando looks like a really solid lead. Cinderace is nice. Yeah, Lando looks like a great lead. I could see Kingambit sweeping. We definitely want to keep Kingambit healthy. SD Rilla is potentially a threat, so we want to probably keep Ace healthy for that. Blaziken also potentially a threat. We cannot really afford to let that set up. I think it's going to be mostly dealing with that, with just like forcing it to blitz on Glow King plus Sucker Punch. If it's leftovers Blaziken, that's going to be a real trouble. I think we can kick it off with Landorus. Okay, and it's a Rillaboom. Honestly, for them to Grassy Glide here to chip me would be a really smart play. I don't think they'll go for that though, so I'm inclined to just U-turn. Typically, Rilla don't Grassy Glide instantly. And damage on this would be really nice. Yeah, sure enough. And they probably clicked like U-turn or knockoff here. I think, but that's just gonna invite in Hoopa. What do we do? Could be Cinderace. I think that's fine. Knockoff would suck, but I don't think that's... Okay, they do click knockoff. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, not the end of the world. Should just be going into Glamora now, so I'm inclined to go into Wellspring, so we can just click Ivy Cudgel. Like, I can't imagine you not... Okay, you went Blaziken. That's interesting. Let's Cudgel. We kind of get a read on what set this thing is. It shouldn't stay in. We can... Well, first of all, some don't run Protect. Like, a lot of really greedy ones just don't even run Protect. But if it does stay in and Protect, we can probably double into Lando and get a read on what set they are. Okay, and they're going to go into Glamora on the Ivy Cudgel, which is pretty bizarre. So T-Spike goes up, and I would be so happy if I could court change that. So let's check that Landorus U-turn damage. That Landorus U-turn did 57. So this is a 0 bulk Rillaboom. So our Wellspring Power Whip has a 62% chance to kill, which is not bad at all. And the knockoff damage on Cinderace indicate this is not super offensive. Interesting. Ogerpon does look pretty darn good though as well. I think, I'm trying to think here. I think we do just keep the pressure on and click Power Whip. Okay, and it turned out well. We did just kill the Rillaboom. You should court change the grassy terrain so it'll heal your side. Yeah, that's an idea. So, okay, you do survive this. So, could Cinderace come in and live a hit here? Unfortunately not. Maybe we just go Ace and hope for like, no, it'll probably kill. It's probably gonna click Dark Pulse or something here. No protect on blade. Well, you just want to run other coverage, right? Like you want to run like upper hand or knockoff or earthquake or like substitute. Or people run all kinds of greedy sets. I think it's protect, but like I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Like I hate to do this to you guys, but like this is the right play. Sorry. Sign as, let's actually click Mystical Fire here, because if Hoopa wants to stay in, that works well, and it covers the treads switching in. Oh, it stole a Choice Scarf. That's why it did that. Okay, interesting. Well, let's Court Change. I completely missed that message. I should have been more careful. If we could Court Change here, that would be amazing. Okay, and they go Hard Blaziken to shut that down, which is smart on their part. So let's switch into Landorus immediately. Probably we could have U-turned. And they are going to SD. I think we stay in an EQ, and if they kill us, they kill us. Which they super will, but I think that's all we can do. Because we can't risk the double SD. We'll get to see what item they are as well, which is good info. Yeah, I think we cannot risk a double SD here. We just have to. I'm hoping they're Life Orb. If they're Life Orb, we have Glow King, and we can just kind of force another Blitz, and we should be fine. Okay, there's the kill. Let's see. Oh, they're okay. That's not good. Yeah, because the Blitz is still probably going to kill. So we're going to go into this. We're going to click Toxic. They should protect, and then I think the next turn we Terra Water Toxic is the plan. Or do we just Sludge Bomb? I think we Toxic. If they get the read on us and then they get the kill, like, well, you know, oh well. Come on now. Come on, Blaziken. They got the read, and they unfortunately also got the roll. So, okay, it happens. Wellspring, do you have a chance? You don't have a chance living here. Can Gambit, can you kill with a Sucker Punch? Maybe with a little bit of chip. So, okay, let's, we're on to plan Can Gambit. Let's go into Wellspring here. Okay, there's the CC. Yeah, I know. Opponent got the read, and then they got the like the 50% roll, so it happens. We still haven't lost. Like Gambit can do this. I think we actually just attack here. I think Hoopa dies. Not quite. Just gonna Sucker Punch again. No, I don't think there's any sniping happening. Okay, they went Hoopa. You die, so that's fine. Cool. We have how many Sucker Punch? 5. Okay. Oh, yeah, should have thought of that. Go Cinderace here. Oh, 25. Yeah, that's not good. I guess I should have maybe like SD'd on the Switch or something. I don't know. It's fine. Um, yeah. You know, you win some, you lose some. Nothing to do but go for the roll here. We can't Terra, so... If our opponent, like, wants to throw by protecting, that'd be cool. Yeah, we just don't get the kill. So, you know, what can I say? You lose reads, and you get bad rolls, and then you lose the game. Yeah, could have SD'd on the Switch, I guess. But... I don't know, they couldn't have known I was glasses, so I thought there was a solid chance they'd just go for it. But yeah, Glowking had like a decent shot to live that CC, so... And you know, we didn't know it was leftovers too, right? Like I was playing in the way that if it was Life Orb, it would have been totally fine, so... Trash, you know, it sucks, but it happens. I think it was generally a well-played game. Yeah, I mean, Terra Fairy Glowking is also common, right? So like... And Terra Grass is common too, so... Opponent made, I think, kind of a non-optimal play, but it worked out. But, you know, like, what are you going to say? So let's see. We can lead guard here. I'm expecting an Aatrot lead. Okay, it's just a Hydra. That's fine too. Should be a switch into one of the steals here. We can go for a Mystical Fire. Cool. That indicates no bulk on gold. It's probably either going to switch out or stand and click Make It Rain. Either way, I think I go into Ace, because if they bring in Aatrot, I can Wisp it. And in general, Ace looks really good here. Okay, they do just Make It Rain, so that's cool. That worked out well. I'll go for the Wisp. Okay, Zapdos is interesting. I didn't see that coming. I'll go into Landorus here. I'm expecting it to just be an electric move, and we have Smackdown, which they don't know. So I think that'll probably catch them off guard. And we can go for a nice Smackdown here. Cool. And they miss a Hurricane, which is cool. So they should be pretty afraid of Earthquake here, and likely that's going to drive them into their Hydrapple. So we can U-turn out on that Hydrapple, and we can go into Gardevoir. And this time, I'm actually inclined to click Mystical Fire again. I'm expecting probably Treads this time around. And we do catch the Treads. This is actually going pretty well. So yeah, Moonblast now looks amazing. I'll click... I think I'll go into Ogerpon here, expecting an Aatrot to enter. And Trez is just going to click that, which is fine. I think I like Cinderace here. As I said, Hydrapple, very likely to enter here. I don't believe we die to an Earth Power, so we can Court Change. And yeah, we're going to barely survive that. Puts us into Blaze range, which is awesome. And we can actually go into Gardevoir here, which looks really nice. And, okay, cool. So we can threaten to kill this with a Mystical Fire. I think I will go for that. And they are just going to leave in Treads to die, which is excellent. So we now have Hazard, basically kind of situation control over this game. Not entirely, because there's still this, but... I'm inclined to U-turn here. Okay, Zapdos comes in. We fortunately do not get staticked, which is nice. Let's check that HP. The 10%, this is probably just a defensive Zapdos. Guard Moonblast does kill, guaranteed after the burn, and they've got no switching, so let's go into Guard and just click that Moonblast. Hopefully this isn't a specially defensive Zapdos or something super stupid. That's like, okay, it's going to Terra Steel. I mean, Guard forced to Terra, that's kind of nice. We see Thunder Wave come out. This will now outspeed us, but we can go Landorus here. Unfortunately, this is a very easy entry for Hydra. Terra Steel Zapdos is actually kind of rough here. Not really sure what we do about that. We can U-turn... What's this Aatrot at? I'm not sure if U-turning really gets us anywhere, because this thing, you know, it's just got regen, but... I think we can U-turn and then go into Gardevoir on this Hydrapple. And I like clicking Mystical Fire here. Okay, Aatrot enters. We can go... Ooh, geez. Probably Aatrot here, I'm thinking. Okay, and it does click Ceaseless Edge. I want a Swords Dance here and see if I can knock this Hydrapple off. I think that's probably the best use of our Aatrot at this point. And they Sucker, and they fail. So Sucker Punch will kill us here. Yeah, so let's go into Landorus on what I expect will just be another Sucker Punch. Hopefully they don't go for an attack. They go into Gold. This is going to be Scarf, so we go out into Aatrot. Slowking. Turns out they have that, so let's go out into Kingambit. And now that Gardevoir is paralyzed, like, we lose to Zama, so this should kind of be curtains for us, but we can try to click Kowtow. Okay, Apple comes in. Let's go for Terra Dark and see if we can just take this thing out. And it looks like we got them by surprise, and we get a terrible... Wait, no, we didn't even... That wasn't even a terrible roll. I just miscalced. I thought that was going to kill, and then it didn't, so now we are smoked. We can go into this and click Ivy Cudgel, at least. That looks kind of good. Okay, we kill the Hydrapple. Goldengo enters. We've lost the answer to this, and I think we lose here. So the only thing I can do here, we're going to court change. We're going to have to like try to kill this thing with hazards, make it think we have Sucker Punch. We don't have Sucker Punch. Yeah, everything dies. GG. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. My heart really wasn't in this for the last bit. I did my best to like try to play okay, but yeah, guard's just trash. Don't use it. Thanks. Like, you know, like it's theoretically like could work because it's got trace and it's so freaking terrible. Don't use it. I'll never use it again. Yeah. Guard's totally garbage. Like, Guard was okay this game because we got literally, like, every play right. And even then, it wasn't that good. Like, you know, like, all it took was Zapdos paralyzing it, and then it's like, well, now we lost our speed control when we don't beat Zama. And, like, at the end, like, the Terra Dark into the Hydrapple, like, wasn't a good play, but it's like, I just can't be bothered to... Yeah, it's tough for me to really put my heart into like playing a team well when I just have no faith in the team and no faith in the Pokemon. But yeah, like we got some good plays, we got some good reads, but ultimately this team's just bad, and Gardevoir's bad. Like this team's mid. It's a very mid team. Even if we had like a different Pokemon over Gardevoir, this team would just be fine. But yeah, don't use Gardevoir. Like Gardevoir was consistently just not very good. Like we got read after read after read, and the result is like it's okay. You know, just like another Pokemon would have been better. So yeah, don't use it. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you. It's extremely generous donations. Thank you so much for that, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you. Let's try to end this on time. End this in